What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really let casting wardrobe? Y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not gonna see it. We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, "Baby, you ate on this first date. You giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins." That's how I do this song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was gonna stop. I thought Lil Murder was gonna turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like, the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Okay, I'm here. Y'all caught me trying to stuff something in my face. I'm trying to stuff stuff in my face. I ain't really had a chance to eat today. I've been working hard today, y'all. I've been working real hard today. They have been stressing me out at work. Working me way too hard. Stressing me out. And we got a lot of important shit to talk about today. Lots of important news and shit. So much so, I'm starting off with the high chew because I know I have to regulate my sugar levels. I can't be spiking out and stuff. I cannot just be spiking out like this because I know I'm going to be spiking out today. So let me go ahead, try to regulate my sugar levels. I don't know where everybody at, but you know how I am. We're going to get this party started regardless. Hey, Tamara. I can always count on my beloved Tamara to be on time. Hey, Janae, what's going on? Tracy W, how are you? Hey, Morgan. Hey, Demetria, what's going on? Hey, Jeannie. Hey, beautiful. Unpack my mouth. Hey, Catherine Powell. So tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day. So on my live tomorrow, we won't do it Run Your Mouth. We'll do a live where we will go through the stuff for the field trip. Everything should be settled and finalized by then. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I had to check something. So we should have everything finalized by tomorrow. I'm excited. You should be excited. I'm excited to see y'all. I'm excited for us to get together. Well, opening up another high tune so that when I get to that point, I won't have to try to fumble with it. It'll already be open because I know I'm going to spike out today. Anyway, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. Because if y'all ready, then I'm ready. If y'all are ready, then I'm ready. I ain't gonna hold us. I see my girl Demetria in the chat, so I ain't got to wait for nobody. Okay? I got my girl Tamara here, Catherine Powell, Tracy W, Janae, Morgan, Jeannie. Me and my girl Jeannie had a good time on the cruise, didn't we, Jeannie? We gonna get this party started. We ain't gotta wait. Y'all know it could be 2 or 2 million. I don't care. I'm gonna be the same regardless. Hey, Drinks with D, what's going on, sir? So let's go ahead and get started as we always do. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to hold on, y'all. What the hell? Okay. We're gonna start as we do each day during February, and one of y'all already asked me if I could continue this during the month of March, like I did last year when we had Black Women's History Month. So I think we'll do that again. Hey, Mama Bees, what's going on? But we're starting off with our Black History moments. Why? Because
black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black.
We black, y'all. We is black, y'all. And it's still Black History Month. So we start off our first Black History moment of the day with the story of one Mr. T. Thomas Fortune. T. Thomas Fortune. We will learn the story of one Mr. T. Thomas Fortune. T. Thomas Fortune, African American journalist, editor, and writer, was born into slavery on October 3rd, 1856, to Sarah Jane and Emmanuel Fortune. Raised in Marianna, Florida, as a child, he witnessed the politically motivated violence of the Ku Klux Klan. Despite minimal formal education, Fortune worked in print shops during his childhood. Moving north in 1874, he worked as a customs inspector in Delaware's Eastern District before briefly enrolling in Howard University in 1876. Deciding he would be a journalist, Fortune left Howard less than a year after he arrived. His first newspaper was The People's Advocate, based in Alexandria, Virginia, founded in 1876. After marrying Carrie C. Smiley and having his first child, Fortune moved to New York. In 1881. He established the New York Globe newspaper. Although he changed the papers twice, first to the New York Freeman, then to the New York Age, this publication survived until 1960, long after Fortune's death. The condition of Black people in the southern United States became his primary concern, and the press was his weapon to change those conditions. By 1887, he had established himself as the most prominent Black journalist of the time. In 1889, after the New York Freeman became the New York Age, it emerged as one of the most influential Black newspapers in the nation. Fortune remained the editor of the New York Age until 1907. During these 2 decades, the crusading journalist also gained fame as an activist who was uncompromising in his defense of the rights of African Americans. In 1887, he organized the National Afro American League to secure the defense of the Black community against lynching, riots, and other terrorist violence. Organized at the state level and local level, these branches of the National Afro American League served as a model for later civil rights organizations such as the Niagara Movement, founded in 1905, and the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, established in 1909. So what that means is his organization is where the Niagara Movement came from, which we know from W.E.B. Du Bois, as well as the NAACP came out of his National Afro American League. T. Thomas Fortune saw himself during this period as a proponent of racial equality and integration. Still, he recognized Booker T. Washington's accomplishments in the South, where calls for equity and integration were still impossible to realize. By 1899, Fortune was drawn increasingly into the political orbit of the Tuskegee, Alabama founder. He frequently wrote essays, editorials, and speeches that bore Booker T. Washington's name. By 1901, after his relationship to Washington became generally known, Fortune was ridiculed in both the Black and white press, and his usefulness to the Wizard of Tuskegee, as Washington was known, was over. Washington ended their relationship in 1907, and he supported Fred R. Moore's acquisition of the New York Age. Despite intermittent bouts with mental illness, Fortune regained his position with the New York Age in 1911 and remained there until 1914. By this point, Fortune declared that he felt a greater spiritual kinship with Frederick Douglass and regretted his association with Booker T. Washington. Now, there's a long storied, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, history about the real battle between T. Thomas Fortune and Booker T. Washington. and how T. Thomas Fortune ended up on the short end of the stick of that skirmish, so to speak. T. Thomas Fortune's career in journalism was rescued a third time when, at the age of 67, he was made editor of Marcus Garvey's Negro World, the official newspaper of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. He held that position until his death. T. Thomas Fortune died on June 2nd, 1928, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was 72 years old. And that's the story of T. Thomas Fortune. Now, I'm very familiar with his story. When you start to study Black intellectualism and if you study the roots of the Niagara movement, if you are uh, uh, um, a person who chronicles and studies the life of W.E.B. Du Bois, as I do, you learn the story of T. Thomas Fortune and the position that he played in Black intelligentsia. Hey, Katrina, what's going on? That's the story of T. Thomas Fortune. The next story, if you've watched the show, anybody here watch the show The Pit on anybody here watch this show The Pit on, I think it's on Hulu? Anybody watch the show The Pit on Hulu? It's about the emergency room at a hospital in Pittsburgh. Nobody? I'm the only one that watched the show. It's actually a pretty good show. And season 2 has already started. But it's actually a pretty good show. Comes on Hulu. I enjoy it. But there was a scene during the first season of the show The Pit where they referenced the group you see pictured there. And that group is the Freedom House Ambulance. And you learn that hey, Miss Shorty B, that the modern EMT system was based on the Freedom House Ambulance Service, which catered to Black people. So, before there was EMS as we know it, there was the Freedom House Ambulance in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The service was born in a predominantly Black neighborhood known as the Hill District in response to insufficient services related to medical emergencies. When help was needed, police were often dispatched, but were not trained nor equipped to deal with many situations. Complaints of discrimination and that medical emergencies were not taken seriously also circulated. Dr. Peter Saffer, who was white, also known as the father of CPR, began to recruit members of the community and train them in emergency medical care, bringing the emergency room onto the street corner for the first time. Trainees completed rigorous academic and in-hospital education, followed by 9 months of field training. His first quote, "My first memory of Freedom House was people coming to take you to the hospital that looked like you, that that understood you," end of quote. And that came from Brenda Tate, a lifelong Hill District resident. Freedom House Ambulance responded to its first emergency call in June of 1968, becoming the first trained EMTs in the nation. In its first year of operation, Freedom House Ambulance responded to 6,000 calls. Over time, and under the guidance of Dr. Nancy Caroline, Freedom House paramedics also became the first in the country to intubate a patient on the street, administer Narcan to reverse an overdose, and deliver an electric shock to a person's heart in the field. Quote, "The cops knew what their limitations were. It took time, but they recognized the capability of what Freedom House could do," end of quote. And that's coming from Mitchell Brown, the operations manager for Freedom House and a resident of the Hill District who had been directly impacted by the lack of proper emergency medical service. As other city residents took note of the vital service Freedom House Ambulance was providing to the Hill District, requests for Freedom House started to roll in from other parts of the city. Although Freedom House was willing to expand to become a citywide service, then Mayor Peter Flaherty moved to end the program, doing so in response to complaint from more affluent constituents who were upset that the poorer Black neighborhoods were receiving better services. City of Pittsburgh EMS emerged shortly afterwards, with only a few members of Freedom House Ambulance coming aboard, and many of them ultimately were driven out of that service. The story of the Freedom House Ambulance showcases the innovations that emerge when a community comes together to address systemic problems, but it also highlights inequities that still haven't been resolved today. The program of the Freedom House Ambulance was adopted for a nationwide EMS service. And EMS services that we know today began with the pilot program that started with the Freedom House service that served Black people when they weren't receiving medical services in cases of emergencies in the in the Commonwealth of Virginia, city of Pennsylvania. And so that's the story of Freedom House Ambulance, which is the basis of all EMS, EMT services that we know and love today. So shout out to those Black men. It's also known that Dr. Saffer, the men that he got to be the EMTs or the first responders that work for Freedom House were World War II veterans that could not get jobs anywhere else. And so he brought them in, gave them education, gave them medical training, showed them how to do all of this. And they became the basis by which all EMT services were run. So kudos to those gentlemen. Kudos to Dr. Saffer and what he did. Hey, Miss Lovely Love, what's going on? I was watching it and went out. I had to jump on Twitch. Oh, okay. YouTube went out. Wait, I'm not live on YouTube no more. Hold on. Let me see what's going on YouTube. Let me make sure. It looks like I'm still live. I don't know. Looks like I'm still live, but I'm glad you found me on Twitch. Hey, Quake, what's going on? Hey, Spicy Original. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Lovely True Red. YouTube is tripping for you as well. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I just clicked on my live on YouTube. It shows I'm still live. So I don't know what that's about. YouTube be on that bullshit. So, but thank God we have Twitch. So if YouTube ever, is tripping, we absolutely have Twitch. Let's go to our daily update from the primaries. Now, here's our primary updates. We're going to center on the primaries coming up in just 5 days. 5 days from now, we have primaries in Arkansas, North Carolina, and Texas. Okay. Now, here's what I have to say. Oh, that was you, Lovely True Red, that left the comment on Twitch? Okay. Here's what I have to say. Okay. Our update today is this. Hey, Yolanda Morgan. Our update date is this. Here's the list. Now, let me start with Arkansas. And we're looking at Congress, meaning the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate. There are currently no members of Congress from the great state of from the great state of Arkansas in the Democratic Party, meaning there will be there will be primaries, I should say. Let me take that back. There will be primaries on the Democratic side, but there are no sitting members of Congress that are Democrats from the great state of Arkansas. There will be primaries for those Democratic seats. What I want to focus on, and you'll see this theme throughout today's Run Your Mouth. I want to focus on sitting Democratic members of Congress because these people are the problem. The problem that we have, ladies and gentlemen, are these people. Now, let me show you the members of, let me start in North Carolina. Now, both senators from the great state of North Carolina are Republican. So let's focus on the House. These are the members of the House of Representatives that are Democrats from the great state of North Carolina. Donald G. Davis, District 1, he needs to go. Deborah Ross, District 2, needs to go. I'm not gonna hold you. All these people you finna see from North Carolina, get rid of their asses. I don't care. Baby shark, do. They're not serving us well. They are not putting up a fight. They're not built for this. Valerie Foushee, mama she's probably going to end up being primary. I want her to get primary. But this is the lady who you see here on the left. Baby, that wig. First of all, if there was a reason for me to vote her out, the wig alone. Hey, Jason, how'd everything go today with the trial? That wig alone, ma'am, is enough for us to move you out of Congress. I'm voting you out of Congress just for that wig. Just for that wig alone, okay? Simply on the basis of that horrible wig, you need to be voted out. But Valerie Foushee, she's the one. She has taken so much corporate PAC money. She's taken so much. She's taken millions of dollars in APAC money. She's taken millions of dollars in corporate funds. She's a part of the faction of the Democratic Party that has been voting in favor of things that go against our well-being. And we're going to look at some of this in just a few moments when we get into our Sugar Spike segment. Alma Adams, baby, it's time. It's time. You got to go. Listen, if you are in any of these districts, Donald G. Davis's district, Deborah Ross, Valerie Foushee, Alma Adams, they have to go. They have to go. They're not serving us anything. They're not helping us. They're not in there fighting for us. They are self-serving. Now, this website, and I'll put it in the chat, lists in the great state of North Carolina all of their Democratic seated people who are now seated and have been elected Democrats in North Carolina. And I'll put this in the chat. But they this website shows you all of the people who have been elected Democrats in the great state of North Carolina. She turned her wig around like every child. I mean, what, ladies, would any of y'all be caught with this wig on y'all head? I just want to know. Ladies, would any of my ladies in the chat, would y'all be caught with this wig on y'all head? I just want to know. Is this something that y'all rocking? Hey, sorry, Mara. But listen, she's a part of that Democratic establishment that's taken millions upon millions of dollars from APAC and other corporate entities. Some of the same corporate entities that is funding Donald Trump's administration and the MAGA nuts. She's also taken tons of money from a lot of the big tech and these people that are creating AI centers, AI data centers, and which tells me when and if they start building these things, she's not going to put up any impediments from these things coming. So that's in North Carolina. All of them got to go. Let's go over to the great state of Texas. In the great state of Texas, we know that their senators are both Republican. We won't. So let's focus on their representatives. Excuse the ad. Move ad. Now, let's scroll down. We have to get all the way to District 7. Lizzie Fletcher, she can go. I'm telling you, she can go. Al Green, you're over there now, even though he's currently District 9. He's in the new district, District 18. He's not going to win that. He's going to get primary by Christian Menifee. Al Green, I love Al Green, and I appreciate the work that Al Green has done, but it's time to get younger fighters in there. We thank you for your service, Al Green, and we thank you that you're the only person that put up an impediment. Now, if I was in that district, I would be looking at Christian Menifee crazy, because I'd be like, wait a minute, why is Al Green the only one from Texas over here really putting up any type of resistance to this man at this State of the Union? I would have my side eye on Christian Menifee. Because if you ain't gonna do nothing but sit down, sit back, and act like it's business as usual, that presents a problem for me. Let's keep going. Veronica Escobar, ma'am, you can go. Thank you for coming. Please drive safely. Christian Menifee, we just spoke about Christian Menifee. We know you only been in for less than a month. We got our eyes on you, Christian Menifee. If you're gonna be somebody that sits down and lays down and be with the same fuck shit, we don't want it. Joaquin Castro, I'm on the fence, Joaquin. I'm on the fence. Sometimes I feel like you fighting. Sometimes, Joaquin, I feel like you don't do enough and you ain't angry enough. I probably would let you stay for now, Joaquin, but we got our eyes on you. And if I'm living in that district and I feel like he did enough, go ahead and vote his ass out, because I told you everybody's up for everybody can go. Henry Cuellar, definitely the fuck can go. Y'all already know how I feel about Henry Cuellar. Sylvia Garcia, thank you for your time. You can go, sweetheart. We know Jasmine is running for Senate, so that's a whole nother situation. Julia Johnson, not familiar with Julia Johnson. Am I? Let's see something here. Do they have her picture? I don't see her picture. I just need to see who she is. I don't know her at all. I don't know her at all. Meaning, if I don't know you and I don't know your name, that probably means you're a little too quiet for me and you ain't doing enough, so you can go. Mark VC, you can go. I know who you are. You damn sure can go. Vicente Gonzalez, you can go. Greg Casar, we need him. We're keeping Greg Casar. We need more Greg Casars. If I can get more Greg Casars in Congress, Congress will be a better place. We need more fighters like Greg Casar. Lloyd Doggett, he can go. Absolutely can go. And those are all of your congressional Democrats, your incumbent Democrats. Right now, I don't think Al Green can keep his seat in that 18th district since they changed the district. Hey, Tracy. So I think he probably will lose that primary to Christian Menifee, but we got our eyes on Christian Menifee. Christian Menifee, you should have bust through the door, raising hell from day one. That's what we want. Hey, Twin Flames. And if you're not up for that, we don't want it. Greg Casar is who we need more of. The rest, Joaquin, we're going to keep Joaquin. Joaquin, you can stay. certainly Greg Sarkistain, Christian Menifee. I don't know if we've given you enough time yet, so we're gonna let you stay for now. The rest of you Democrats in Texas, you can be primary. Get us somebody that's gonna fight. They making you work for it, child. So those are our updates from the primaries today. All right. Those are our updates from the primaries today. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And who shall ever believe?
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Now I'm gonna let y'all know I just ate my second high chew because I know the Sugar Spike segment is gonna make me spike the fuck out. So, hey Montrez, what's good, bruh? Hey Miss Baythang. So, the Vice President of these yet to be United States of America made an announcement that they would now be withholding funds for Medicare in the great state of Minnesota. Here's part of what he had to say.
So we're announcing today that we have decided to temporarily halt certain amounts of Medicaid funding that are going to the state of Minnesota in order to ensure that the state of Minnesota takes its obligations seriously to be good stewards of the American people's tax money. Now, what is this going to mean? What this means is that, first of all, the providers on the ground in Minnesota have actually already been paid. The state has paid those providers the money. What we're doing is we are stopping the federal payments that will go to the state government until the state government takes its obligations seriously to stop the fraud that's being perpetrated against the American tax.
I'm going to do my best to be measured in my commentary today. I don't want to blow a blood vessel. I don't want to spike out, but I believe it will be inevitable. So let me read to you what the AP had to say about this. Vice President J.D. Vance announced Wednesday that the Trump administration would temporarily halt some Medicaid funding of the state to the state of Minnesota over fraud concerns as part of what he described as an aggressive crackdown on misuse of public funds. Vance, who made the announcement with Dr. Mehmet Oz, the administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, said the administration was taking the action, quote, in order to ensure that the state of Minnesota takes its obligations seriously to be good stewards of the American people's tax money, end of quote. Oz, who referred to the people committing fraud as, quote, self-serving scoundrels, end of quote, said the federal government would hold off on paying $259.5 million to Minnesota in funding for Medicaid, the healthcare safety net for low-income Americans. The move is part of a larger Trump administration effort to spotlight fraud around the country. That effort comes after allegations of fraud involving daycare centers run by Somali residents in Minneapolis prompted a massive immigration crackdown in the Midwestern city, resulting in widespread protests. President Trump, in his State of the Union address on Tuesday, announced Vance would spearhead a national war on fraud. Before I go further, let me stop here. You're having a war on fraud, and you're starting with Minnesota, not with the federal government where there's fraud going on, where there's actual illegal actions taking place on a daily fucking basis. Hey, Candace F. Hey, Terrence. So let me get this straight. You're picking and choosing. See, this is what we have going on. They are cherry picking instances of fraud. Now, let's be clear. It's already been devolved that the culprit of the major fraud in Minneapolis was some white woman. Had nothing to do with Somalis, people of color, black people, immigrants, none of that. It was some white woman. I can't even remember her name right now, but her face is right in my head, who was the culprit of the fraud. Now, I'm going to also let you know, see, this is how I know the Dems are not built for this shit. Fucking Tim Walz, right? To try to capitulate and lay down on the sword and grovel before this administration. He's announced that, he's putting together he announced a legislative package intended to mitigate fraud in the great state of Minnesota. He's creating a new statute to increase penalties for public fraud by 20% and extended statutes of limitation to 7 years for certain fraud-related crimes. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying that there's no fraud in Minnesota. I'm not saying that there's no fraud anywhere. There's fraud everywhere. However, the fraud happening in Minnesota has not risen to the level where we should be here, nor is this legal. And if your statement, Governor Tim Walz, doesn't start with, I don't know who the fuck y'all think I am or who Minnesota is, but we absolutely, while I'm speaking, we've already had our Attorney General file paperwork. We are calling on our sitting members of the U.S. Senate and the members of the U.S. House that represent the great state of Minnesota to file the necessary paperwork about this in the House and Senate Appropriations Committee, because funds are appropriated from fucking Congress. The White House doesn't even have the power to say, we're just not going to give this state funds that have been allocated to that state. They don't even have that power. There's no legality to any of this. And what people should be more afraid of, hey, Tawana, what they need to be more afraid of is the cherry picking. Because now people are saying, well, that's Minnesota's problem. You think he's not going to try this with a state like New York? You think he's not going to try this with the state like California, with the state like New Mexico, with the state like Connecticut, with the state like Massachusetts, with a state like Maryland, with a state like Virginia, with a state like Pennsylvania? You think he's not going to try this? When your state leaders decide that they're not going to capitulate to him, that they're not going to willfully and preemptively bend the knee to all of his political ideations. And this reminds me of when the universities preemptively started just bending the knee to this man, knowing everything he was asking them to do was illegal and would not stand up in a court of law. But he was expecting for them to willfully and preemptively bend the knee. And the fact that Tim Walz, his response to this is, well, let me create new legislative package that makes it worse for people that are seen as committing fraud. That's your answer? Not to fight the fact that all of this is so fucking illegal, it's beyond words. Your answer is not to fight this. Your answer is let me capitulate to them. Let me go ahead and give them what they want. That's your answer. These people are not built for this, y'all. They're not built for this, y'all. They're not built for this, y'all. Understand that even what JD Vance was saying is not true about the doctors have already received their funding and we're just taking money from that will be paid to the state. That's not how that works. Go pick up a book and learn real how this stuff works, JD Vance. We're living in a fascist dictatorship, and there's no one to help us. We're living in a fascist dictatorship, and there's no one to help us. Again, we're living in a fascist dictatorship. Nobody's coming to help us. So what that means is the fourth branch of government, which is the people. The fourth branch of the government, which is the people. We are the only ones that are going to be able to save this country. We can't count on any of the other three branches. And then there's this. And then there's this. And then there is this. Let me read this to you. Here's the headline. The DCCC rakes in millions from Palantir lobbyists as protests target the company's ICE surveillance tools. A new FEC filing reveals the House Democratic campaign arms' latest Palantir lobbying firm fundraising haul. As progressive activists blockade Palantir offices and protest the company's AI tools used in ICE deportation and surveillance operations, the DCCC, which is the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, has continued taking millions of dollars from Palantir lobbyists. And that's according to new FEC, Federal Election Commission, filings. In January alone, more than a dozen lobbyists with firms representing Palantir bundled a combined $2.9 million for the DCCC, according to a newly filed FEC disclosure. The January haul for Palantir's lobbying firm represents 38% of the DCCC's total contributions for the month of January. I'm just gonna stop right there. I don't need to read anymore. Now, if you don't understand, hey, beauty and stuff, how dangerous this man here is, I don't know. Palantir is a company that paid hundreds of millions of dollars, one, to get Donald Trump elected, is being paid tens of billions of dollars from the federal government to do all types of horrible things to us. They are responsible for many of the tools that ICE is using to illegally and wrongfully disenfranchise American citizens. So, in one breath, these fuck bitches want to tell us, oh, we have to regulate ICE. You notice this bitch will never say abolish ICE. Why? Hey, Precious Jewel. Because Palantir, who's receiving tens of, look at the circle here. Palantir pays hundreds of millions of dollars for Donald Trump's administration, campaign. Donald Trump gets elected. Donald Trump then has the federal government fund Palantir with tens of billions of dollars to do government in government contracts, right? Palantir lobbyists then spend millions of dollars to fund the DCCC, which is the campaign wing of the Democratic Party of the House of Representatives. And by them lobbying the DCCC, now you never have members of the Democratic establishment willing to say that they will fucking abolish ICE. They always say, oh, we need more rules and regulations. Meanwhile, they never put up a fight because those same monies are going into the pockets of Hakeem Jeffries. They're going into the pockets of all of the establishment Dems in the fucking house. That's why when we saw this bitch on interviews, and they asked him would he continue to take money from corporate PACs. He said, I'm going to continue to receive funds like I have always continued to receive funds. Fuck you. Receive your fucking funds outside of Congress. We do not need you. And let me say this. I said this shit yesterday. This is for every sitting member of Congress. And I don't give a rat's ass who the fuck you are. You can be progressive. You can be centrist. You can be far left. You can be black, white, blue, or purple. If your answer is not to have Hakeem Jeffries or Chuck Schumer removed from leadership, I don't want it. I do not want you. In the same way, I want you to say abolish ICE. In the same way, I want you to say that you are not pro-Israel. That is the same way, and even more so, that you better be willing to say that we need new leadership in the Democratic Party. And if your conversation does not start with seeing the entirety of the fucking leadership of the Democratic Party needs to move, I don't want it. Get the fuck out of the way, because what that tells me is you are helping fascists. You bitches are enabling fucking fascism in this country. That is it. That is all. Don't tell me shit. I don't want to hear it. Don't give me all of this word salad. Don't give me your strongly worded letters. Don't give me you're going to have silent defiance. We don't want none of the fuck shit. What we want you to do is get your weak punk bitch ass out of the fucking way and leave us the fuck alone forever. Stay the fuck away from us and get the fuck out of the way. We don't give a damn. And I don't give a fuck who you are. We are here. Because you people seem to not have a sense of urgency. You people do not have any sense of fucking urgency. Everything is just so laissez-faire. Everything is just we need to work on this. Oh, we need a bipartisan effort. Fuck bipartisan. The bitches are never going to work with you. So why are you trying to work with them? And if you are not actively, willfully against the leadership of this fucking Democratic Party, and you're over here towing the line, you bitches are more dangerous than the fucking people in power right now. This bitch right here is way the fuck more dangerous than the people sitting in fucking Washington, D.C. Because you sit there and you enable these people. You sit there and you try to act and put on this guise as if you're here for the people and you're fighting and you're the opposition and you're the fucking enablers. You're in the same fucking bed with them, taking the same fucking money. You have no smoke for these people. Aren't doing a fuck thing to stop people from getting murdered, people from getting maimed, people from getting hospitalized, people from getting put in jails for no fucking reason. All the while you sit your bitch ass in fucking Congress, taking fucking money all over the place, asking people to have silent defiance. Fuck you and your silent defiance. I'm sorry. I can't do it no more. And I don't know who the fuck this is in my chat, but one of the hall monitors, please don't let this person live in my chat. I don't have time. I just fucking kind of time. I don't even know. Cause the hall, I don't see no hall monitor. Let me take care of whoever this troll is. Look like ain't no hall monitors here. God be with us. It made no fucking sense. These bitches around here playing nice. I'm telling you right now, you bitches are some of the most dangerous bitches on earth because people believed in you. People are looking to you for leadership. People are looking to you to fight for them when sometimes they can't even fight for themselves. And you raggedy bitches are sitting there just allowing shit to happen, enabling this shit, taking the same money that these bitches are taking. People are fucking dangerous. And I'm telling you right now, anybody that got smoke for me because I got smoke for him, fuck you too. If I go on these channels and listen to people who telling me they on the left, and you telling me that you want parts of, oh, we have to get Hakeem Jeffries in the speakership, fuck you. Unsubscribed and blocked. I don't have this type of time. I'm not fighting for no fucking Hakeem Jeffries. He's not fighting for us. Fuck him and fuck his life. People out here fucking dying. People are out here in jail for no reason. People are out here losing jobs. People are out here losing monies. People are out here getting put out of their homes and all kinds of fuck shit. People are dying. We just had, last week, the black lady, the school teacher down there in Savannah, murdered all at the hands because of ICE and their fuck shit. But you bitches around here talking about, oh, we don't need to abolish ICE. We just need to regulate it more. Kiss my ass. Hall monitors, please walk heavily. If anybody say anything that you remotely find a problem with, block them. Don't ask no questions, hall monitors. Don't ask not one question. Hall monitors, don't ask a single question. If they come in here and they look or sound crazy, don't ask no questions. Walk heavy, hall monitors. Fuck every bitch up. Sick of it. And I'm sick of people calling themselves on the left protecting these bitches. Oh, you shouldn't talk bad about Hakeem Jeffries. We need him in the speakership. Why the fuck we need him? He ain't doing shit for us. Let me move on. I told y'all I was going to try not to spike the fuck out today. But I knew this was coming. And we're not done. In more sugar spiky news. Got me spiking out. God. That's Republican Representative Anna Paulina Luna out of the great state of Florida. She went on that, formerly Twitter. See, this, I told y'all we had some serious shit to talk about today. She went on X, formerly Twitter, and said the following, quote, they have so much dirt on members of Congress and they do nothing. There is even a slush fund they use to pay people off with your tax dollars. This is part of why the system is so broken. They're sitting on reports, and if someone steps out of line, isn't it ironic how they leak them, threaten to leak them, or time it for right after election day? End of quote. Now they have members on the Republican side even decided that they're going to break the fourth wall. The woman said that they have a slush fund in Congress to protect people that are sexual fucking deviants. Now, this comes on the heels of the fuck shit and bullshit with Representative Tony Gonzalez down there out of the great state of Texas, who said he ain't resigning and y'all can kiss his ass after he was sleeping with his married staffer who ended up setting herself on fucking fire. Hey, Faye. Now, even Republican women are now they don't decided that they were going to have a moral compass, which they've never had. Now, all of a sudden, they're outraged. Lauren Boebert also, she was on making her rounds today, screaming about this and that and this and that. No, these are the people y'all have aligned yourselves with. These are the people who y'all have voted and sided with over and over and over. These are the people that y'all are aligned with. They don't give a damn about you. You voted for a president and an administration that told you up front they didn't give a fuck about women. When you thought that they were getting rid of DEI and that only applied to black people, that meant you stupid ass dick fuck. Did you really think Anna Paulina Luna, who's a woman and a Hispanic Latinx woman at that, you think they give a damn about you? Now all of a sudden you wanna spill the beans about this slush fund that they have, where they're paying off staffers, they're paying off victims of sexual harassment and sexual violence. I'm in some of my now I don't know that I would call it a slush fund, but what I do know from my contacts, and I have actual real contacts, they have money that they use out of congressional funds, yes, taxpayer dollars, that especially on the Republican side, to pay off all of the male escorts that they use when they have those sex parties for members of the Republican Party to get their backs cracked, allegedly. This is the fuck shit. But now, Representative Luna, you're so outraged. She then posted, quote, "I am calling on Chairman Tim Burchett of the Doge Committee, which I serve on, to open an investigation and hold hearings to determine how many federal dollars have been spent on the Congressional Slush Fund used to pay off victims of sexual misconduct by members of Congress." What else she said? By members of Congress. Tim is my friend, and I know he will pursue this righteously. I will be backing Mace's privilege motion, but I do not trust the Uniparty, and I believe they will try to kill it. This must be exposed. Oh, now you want to expose everything. Now you want to talk about the slush fund. Now, what she's referring to with Nancy Mace, that fuck bitch out of the great state of South Carolina, she plans to force a House vote next week on her resolution to release sexual misconduct and harassment reports involving members of Congress, which would require the House Ethics Committee to release all sexual misconduct or harassment reports involving members of Congress or their staffers. Now, all of a sudden, there's a problem. They should have did it 10 years ago. Moving on. In more sugar spiky news. We just spiking the fuck out today. We're here. We're here now. We're the fuck here. Let's go over to the great state of Kansas, shall we? As of today, that's today, Thursday, February 26th, transgender people in Kansas whose driver's license do not reflect their sex assigned at birth are now breaking the law if they drive. This comes after the Republican-controlled state legislature stripped them of previously valid credentials by overriding Governor Laura Kelly's veto of a sweeping new measure. More than 1,500 residents are affected, and the change took effect immediately with no grace period. The letters notifying trans residents of the move are blunt, bureaucratic, and devastating in their implications. Quote, "If you have received this notice, your current Kansas credential will no longer be valid." End of quote. And that's a part of the letter that went out from the Kansas Division of Vehicles to transgender residents. So this marks the beginning of one of the most aggressive rollbacks of transgender legal recognition in the country. Hours after lawmakers overrode Governor Kelly's veto of Senate Bill 244, the state began mailing notices informing transgender Kansans that driver's licenses and state IDs listing a gender different from their sex assigned at birth must be surrendered immediately. The letter states, quote, the legislature did not include a grace period for updating credentials. Once the law is officially enacted, your current credential will be invalid immediately, and you may be subject to additional penalties if you are operating a vehicle without a valid credential. End of quote. Here we are. Now you know what that means. Because Kansas is one of the states that is passing laws that says you have to have an official state ID in order to vote. See how that works? And now you're being told that your driver's license, which is your official state ID, is no longer valid immediately. Now that means that you can't vote. Then that also means now, let's say I live in a rural area that doesn't have public transportation. Now I'm going to have to pay money I got to have money to Uber to the driver license place. Then I got to have more money to get a new driver license, right? More money out of your pocket. No grace period. If you drive with it, you could go to jail. Now, thread this needle. You are a trans man. I'm not going to even go to trans women. You're a trans man living in the great state of Kansas. Let's say, for example, you do get your ID changed back because they say that you don't exist. Trans men and trans women don't exist. Thread the needle on how you roll up to certain places saying I'm a woman and you got more facial hair than me. You have had a full mastectomy. You're taking testosterone. Your voice is deeper than the man that you're talking to. And these people now say, yeah, you must have the wrong ID. I just want you to, do you see the slippery slope that we're already careening down? And like I always tell you, now that this is approved in one state, you think it's not going to happen in other states? You think Tennessee won't do this? The same Tennessee that has a Republican legislature with a supermajority and a Republican governor? You think the great state of Texas won't do this? The same great state of Texas with a Republican legislature and a Republican governor? You think a state like Oklahoma don't want no parts of this? With a Republican legislature with the supermajority and a Republican governor? You think a state like Arkansas won't start to do this? It's serious times, people. It's serious times. Gravely concerned. I'm gravely concerned with what's going on. Gravely concerned. Here's this fucking clown. So, for all of you people that that are wanting this man, y'all, I'm gonna try not to spike out on this. I'm gonna do everything I can not to spike the fuck out on this. But for all of you people who live in the great state of California, all of the people that are saying, "Oh yeah, maybe we have Gavin Newsom as a presidential candidate," then there's this.
No doubt that the Democratic Party needs to be, dare I say, more culturally normal. I believe that. Less prone to spending disproportionate amount of time on pronouns, identity, politics. More focused on tabletop issues, things that really matter, the stacking of stress in terms of electricity bills and child care costs and health care and obviously housing costs, and how easily we get trapped in that, how I've fallen prey to that. I mean, here I was, way out front on marriage equality. So I understand this from both on the receiving end of this and on the...
Before I get to his stance on the trans community, right? And how he's attacking the trans community, right? Oh, you heard it. Oh, you heard it. Did he not just admit that he was wrong on marriage equality? Did y'all not hear that? Did you not hear that he said, yeah, and I've been wrong, and I was out front on marriage equality?
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. I'm going to play this whole thing again, just so you can hear again what he said.
No doubt that the Democratic Party needs to be, dare I say, more culturally normal. I believe that. Less prone to spending disproportionate amount of time on pronouns, identity, politics. More focused on tabletop issues, things that really matter, the stacking of stress in terms of electricity bills and child care costs and health care and obviously housing costs, and how easily we get trapped in that, how I've fallen prey to that. I mean, here I was, way out front on marriage equality. So I understand this from both on the receiving end of this and on the...
What the fuck does culturally normal mean? Because if I'm to go by what you're saying, Gavin Newsom, wouldn't culturally normal mean in the 2026 yet to be United States of America that we should be this white Christian nationalist organization, that we should be for everything white, right? If I want to be culturally normal, because according to you people, American culture is white America, right? Because you are the former fucking mayor of San Francisco, right? Who's now saying that you were wrong about marriage equality because you want cultural normalcy, right? Because we need to not want this DEI stuff that's not culturally normal. We need not have all these black and brown people all over the place. We don't want any of this cultural normalcy. Oh, fuck no. We damn sure don't want no parts of no marriage equality. You people are not culturally normal. Now, Some people got in my fucking DMs. I didn't even say anything about it. They went off on me because I had something to say about that fuck shit he said when he was in Atlanta the other day. And people said that I was wrong. And why am I coming at him? Because I'm coming at him the wrong way and all of this fuck shit. Y'all still feel that way? Culturally normal? Fuck does that mean? This is who y'all are running in 2028. Democrats. That's what we got going on. I'm just trying to figure out what y'all got going on. Culturally normal? If we stuck to what was fucking culturally normal, black people would still be slaves. Because 200 years ago, sir, cultural normalcy meant that even our presidents had slaves. It was culturally normal for presidents to have slaves, for black people to be in chains. We were not even considered human beings. We were never even written into the Constitution, sir. Culturally normal? I can't even get to the whole marriage equality part or the trans part of this. I'm going to play it again because somebody is going to act like this shit is fucking normal. So I'm going to play it again so y'all can hear this bullshit.
There's no doubt that the Democratic Party needs to be, dare I say, more culturally normal. I believe that. Less prone to spending disproportionate amount of time on pronouns, identity, politics. More focused on tabletop issues, things that really matter, the stacking of stress in terms of electricity bills and child care costs and health care and obviously housing costs, and how easily we get trapped in that, how I've fallen prey to that. I mean, here I was, way out front on marriage equality. So I understand this from both on the receiving end of this and on the...
Hey, Harold. Culturally normal. Miss Baythang, this your governor. Miss Baythang, this is your governor. This is your governor. Hey, Cams. These people are fucking clowns. Hey, California. What are we going to do about this, California? Bluest of blue states. Bluest of blue states. The man said he was wrong about marriage equality. The man said we ain't got time for pronouns and fuck shit. The man said we need to be more culturally normal. We need to be concerned, culturally normal. Only concerned with white America, specifically white men with money and power. Oh, I know, Miss Baythang. These are the people who y'all say are the front runners for the Democratic Party. Fuck shit. California, what are you going to do with this? California, y'all need to do something with him. Take him. We don't want him. Y'all got him. Y'all need to do something with him. Take him. We don't want him. We do not want him. Get him the fuck away from us. Get him away. California, y'all got him. We don't want him. Y'all can keep him. Whatever y'all decide to do with him, that's on y'all. We don't want him. We don't want him. That's it. That's all. Culturally normal. The fuck? It's time for our video breakdowns. It's time for I've never been more happy to see our video breakdowns than I am now. Here's our first video breakdown.
Growing up is realizing that if you give good shit, chances are you're probably twerking during the process.
What? Well, hold on now.
My girl brought that up.
Hold on now.
My girl brought that up.
Elaborate. Elaborate.
You know what I'm saying? You're doing your certain positions, up and down.
You know, you're
Butt in the air.
low-key twerking, bro. You low-key twerking, bro.
Come on now.
I ain't gonna lie.
Come on now.
You know,
Booty be jiggling.
Motherfucker like a motherfucker. Certified twerker.
You know, it's definitely a little turbulence. Definitely a little turbulence. Definitely a little turbulence.
He shit though, man. If you giving good peen, you shaking ass with it too.
Real niggas
and
bounce that ass.
It is what it is, bro. You know, in your generation, we have to come to real realizations, man. Humble yourself, bro.
Real niggas bounce that ass.
Stop. Rob.
What's up, man?
I think that's a bit far.
What you mean? Real niggas bounce that ass, man. Bars of the week.
We need this out of context.
I mean, hey, Antonia. I mean, if you are giving good stroke and good dick, technically you should be twerking because you got to move your hips. It's not in the back. Good stroke game is not in the back. It's in the hips. If that hip ain't moving and you ain't doing the twerk motion and you all just back and not hips, your stroke game off. So they got a point. If you giving good dick, you're technically twerking. I ain't gonna hold you. I never thought of it that way, but it makes perfect sense to me. Here's our next video breakdown.
Never let nobody play in your face. And if they try, nip that shit in the butt the first time. Alright.
I don't know what he just said. Wait, what did he? Maybe I couldn't hear him. I don't know what he said. Did he say something? Let me play that again because I missed. Did I miss it? Did I miss? Harold, did he say something? Antonia, did he say something? Was I not paying attention? Culture Love, did I miss what he said? I might have missed it, y'all. I'll be out of the loop on stuff. Did he say something in that video? Was it a silent video or something? Was the video silent? Did I miss it? Did I miss something? Let me watch it again. Catherine, I don't know. I thought he said something. Catherine?
Never let nobody play in your face. And if they try, nip that shit in the butt the first time. Alright.
Again, what had happened? He said hello. Okay, I missed that part. And Tony, I be trying to pay attention. Like I really be trying to focus and pay attention. Girl, I didn't know if he had said something. Girl. Here's our next video breakdown.
And this nigga talking about some suck it till it get hard. Suck it till it get hard? I had to call y'all and tell you about this bullshit. He talking about some, don't nobody just walk around with a hard dick. You gonna have to work for this. Work for it? Work for it? Work for some dick! Work for some dick! What? What? Whom? Me? Absolutely the fuck not. Baby, if it's not hard off of just looking at me touching you and us kissing, what are you talking about right now? Like, I'm literally touching you and it's flopping around like a dead worm. And you're telling me to work for it? Work for it? Baby, I politely put my clothes on and got the fuck up out of there. My Rose is waiting on the charger upstairs. I'm not about to work for no fucking limp-ass dick. You are in the early stages of erectile dysfunction. Get the fuck out of here.
Ma'am, you've never had a penis in your life. You've never had a dick in your life. You've never had a penis in your life. So you try to educate a man on what a penis should or should not be doing? That's not how that works, ma'am. Ma'am, there are times when you gotta, Now, the question is, did you put your mouth on it? Does that mean that your fellatio skills may not be up to par? Maybe you're just not attractive enough to get him aroused. Could that be the problem? Ma'am, I'm asking. You asking all these questions about him. What does that say about you? Maybe he didn't find you physically attractive. Maybe the way you allegedly touched him and rubbed him was not pleasing or satisfying. Did you put your mouth on it? Did you try to do any work? So you're supposed to just touch it and you're supposed to just go like that and it go boom. You just touch it and go boom. Right? According to you, you touch it and go boom. Like, ma'am, get the fuck out of here. Now, let's be clear. A man dick does get hard real quick, but the problem may be you. You say that it's him. His dick could easily be getting hard for somebody else. The problem may be you. I also reject the notion of you thinking that in this whole scheme of sex that he gonna have to do everything and all you got to do is lay there. You don't think you need to do no work? I mean, you can't suck a dick. I mean, I'm just saying. No, I don't deal with men with erectile dysfunction. But what I am saying is, what you said is you just basically don't want to suck no dick. Ma'am, you gonna have to put in some work somewhere. You ain't gonna be able to just lay there and just take the dick. I'm just saying. I think we have two problems going on here, ma'am. He just don't like you. I just think he just really don't like you. Maybe he don't find you attractive. Maybe you gave him the cooch a couple times and you had bad coochie. And now when you come over there, his dick don't respond because his dick like, baby, I don't want to go up in that bad coochie. I think the problem is more so you than it is him. Because I promise you, he's probably going to the next woman and it's getting up for him. But you, ma'am, you sound like you just want to lay there and just have him do all of the work. He over there sweating. Remember we watched the video on the video breakdown where the man had the lady acting like she was fucking and she couldn't even last a whole 30, 45 seconds before she said she was tired. Fucking is a whole, you lose calories and shit fucking. That shit take a lot of energy to be fucking. I'm just saying. That could be it, y'all. It could be that the fact that she opened her mouth and started talking and his dick goes soft. Ma'am, I think the problem is you and not him. I'm just saying. 4 for 4 don't have no issues getting it up. The fact is that when it's up, it's just not that big. His problem is not getting it up. His show get up. And it be real hard and stuff too. It be real hard, but be real small. It's so sad. I mean, it'd be real hard too. That thing be like a brick. Be hard like a brick. It just be just as small as can be. Child, girl, child. Here's our last video breakdown.
South African.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do it.
Do it.
So
Ready?
you sing it like Nanzingonya Bagiti Baba.
You were way off.
Ingonyama.
All right.
That's how
You
you
said,
say it.
yeah.
What does it mean? It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
You're joking. That is not what that means. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it means.
That's what it means. Look, there's a lion.
Oh my God. It's a
Look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
It's a lion.
Listen. I don't think anybody knew what that said at the beginning of The Lion King. We just make up our own words. I'm just saying. We've always just made, can I just make up my own words? That's it for The Lion King. Now that you've translated it, it kind of makes sense. Look, there's a lion. Okay. All right. And those are our video breakdowns of the day. As we do the stanky leg deeper into the dossier. Y'all's boy Benzino starts the dossier. So apparently, he got into a skirmish. According to TMZ, Benzino was hospitalized this week after allegedly being hit by a car during an altercation with his ex-fiancée, Althea Eaton, who he claims tried to kidnap their son after school. But Althea say that ain't what happened. Benzino says she showed up at his home Wednesday afternoon with her friend, Diamond from Crime Mob. He says that they tried to snatch his son Zeno when his son got off the bus. Benzino said that Diamond was driving, and as she and Althea drove off, he says he was sideswiped, knocking him to the ground. He says police eventually pulled them over, and Child Protective Services retrieved his son Zeno and returned him back to Benzino. He said the police had to call an ambulance for him, and he was transported to the hospital. He says the car, when they hit him, tried to sideswipe him, he hit his arm and head on the car. Well, we know you ain't hit your neck since you ain't got one. I'm trying to see how they got that fucking neck brace on you, because we know you ain't got now neck. Not now. He say his back messed up too. We know your neck ain't messed up. Now, that's what I'm trying to find out. Hey, God, that's what I'm trying to find out, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out. Because, baby, ain't not one piece of neck nowhere over there. Girl. Woo, child. Girl. Anyway, Althea have a whole nother story. So Althea said, quote, "This is a father who is keeping a child from his mother. He's trying to make a mockery of this situation, but this is my livelihood. I haven't seen my son in months, so I wanted to do a wellness check to lay eyes on my child." End of quote. Wait, your son is your livelihood? Is it your livelihood the way in which you make money? So I've never heard a parent say my child is my livelihood. Am I wrong? No. Did I get that wrong? I could be confused. I don't know. She claims Benzino has added stress to her life and hasn't tried to contact her since he was hospitalized. She said he's faking the injuries. They said Child Protective Services snatched the child from you, ma'am, and gave him back to the daddy, which leads me to believe, ma'am, you ain't shit. We don't believe you. She said he was lying. Well, Child Protective Services agreed with Benzino and snatched the child out your car, and now he's back with his daddy. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You go take that up with Georgia Child Protective Services. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Not brass rings. Not like the African tribe that used the brass rings, child. Child. Oh, she said it right. That's her livelihood. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Well, listen, I don't know. I mean, I guess we hope for a speedy recovery. We still trying to figure out what magic and sorcery they use to get that neck brace on you when you don't have no fucking neck. Moving on. For those of you who are Traders fans, Lisa Rinna says she got drugged down to the Traders party. Did she says she believes she was drugged with something when she went to the premiere party for season 4 of Traders. She says she believes it was fentanyl. Now, she was on Good Day New York this morning. She told Jerry O'Connell and Rosanna Scotto she had fentanyl and high levels of amphetamines in her system. She says she's grateful and thankful for her husband, Harry Hamlin, for being there and getting her out of the party quickly. Now, fuckboy Colton from Traders season 4, he also reported a few weeks back, right after the party, that she seemed real drunk and real inebriated at the party. I don't know. I wasn't there. The party was back in January in West Hollywood and stuff like that. Now, Colton did say he didn't even see her drink that many drinks, so he didn't even understand why she was, inebriated like that. I ain't got nothing to do with it, Lisa. I don't know if you was or was not drugged. I don't know, ma'am. Why are you bothering us, ma'am? We really don't care, ma'am. Okay, we really and truthfully don't care, ma'am. Ma'am, go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God, Crispy.
Oh, God. I told y'all I'm concerned about this young man. Every day it's a new story with you, Ray J, right? I told y'all I'm concerned that this young man is going down the path of destruction. And we gonna end up reading a headline saying that he don't went on to be with the Lord. So remember when we reported on the domestic violence incident a couple days back where the police had to be called in and they ended up not arresting nobody? Well, his girlfriend or whatnot is saying that, she said that he was suicidal, but he wasn't violent toward her. She said that she ended up having to slap the shit out of him. She said, quote, I slapped the dog shit out of him, end of quote. She said, quote, that night I was only trying to grab him from jumping off the ledge and I let my emotions get the best of me and I slapped him. I slapped the dog shit out of him, end of quote. I told y'all this man I said that the other day, did I not? Did I not tell y'all the other day that I was concerned that this young man was spiraling and that we could possibly be reading headlines saying that he done went on to be with the Lord. Now, the woman's name, the girlfriend, her name is Sheila or Shyla Hassanoff or Hassanoff. Listen, I told y'all somebody need to go get him, and either Sonya or Willie Ray Sr. or Brandy, the murderer, or somebody in that family need to go snatch him up and have him Baker acted or involuntarily admitted into some type of facility because he's spiraling. And if they don't, they're going to find themselves in a situation where they're having to wear black and shades. In other news, Jonathan Majors finally landed him a gig. So, ever since the whole thing with the white woman, what was that, like 4 years ago or something like that, a few years back? He had no job nowhere in America. So now he finally got a gig. However, the job is with Ben Shapiro's production company. Ben Shapiro will be producing it along with producing it for the Daily Wire. Now we know the Daily Wire is a ultra conservative news outlet. We know Ben Shapiro is a MAGA nut, racist, neo-Nazi. And so that we don't know the name of the movie, we don't know the plot of the movie. We just know he's over, I think they say in South Carolina, filming the movie. Yeah. She's a murderer. But okay, I don't like you working for neo-Nazis and racist people and racist entities, but I guess you got to work somewhere in America, Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. I don't know. Can't you call Tyler Perry? Can't you, show him your dick or something? Show him your ass cheek and get Tyler Perry to let you film something with him and get some money from him? I mean, if you show him your dick or something, you know what I'm saying? Tap him on the booty, allegedly. He'll let you get some, let him rub your booty or let him rub your muscles or whatever. He'll pay you a little bit of change to do one of his little raggedy movies. I'm just saying. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. In our last story of the day. Now, if you're eating, please stop eating. Again, trigger warning. Let me put the trigger warning sign up. Trigger warning. If you are eating or about to start eating, push the plate away now. Now, the young man you see right there, that's Deshae Frost. I don't know him. I don't know who this man is. I guess he's he's one of the people that do the live streams or whatever or whatnot. I ain't never seen or met this man in my life. Anyway, he met up with Selena Powell, and during his meetup with Selena Powell, she gave him a kiss. And the next morning, I told y'all, trigger warning. The next morning, he woke up to this.
It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. It's not that bad, right, chat? It's not that bad. Chat. I don't think it's that bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad, honestly. I just woke up. Bro, Selena did not do this shit to me, bro. I know for sure, bro. She did not do this shit to me. Selena is a great person. It was cool. We never fucked. We never did anything. She's a great person. I just woke up to, I don't know, I think I slept on the wrong, I think like I slept on the wrong side of my pillow or something. You know, I don't think it's really that bad. I think something with my pillow, bro. Something with my pillow kind of fucked it up.
Sir, if your pillow is causing this to happen to you, I ain't gonna even tell you to throw the pillow away. Throw the whole fucking house away. Burn the whole house to the fucking ground. If you laid on your pillow and you laid on the wrong side of your pillow, right? And it caused all that to happen, burn the whole fucking house down. Burn the whole house down. I ain't gonna even tell you to throw away the pillow. I'm not gonna even tell you to throw away the whole bed. Burn the whole fucking house down. I'm just saying. Now, conveniently, y'all saw that if you watched the video on the bottom, Selena Johnson was kissing on him and he was trying to rub off and, you know, baby, I don't know. He tried to say, oh, it wasn't because not Selena Johnson, Selena Powell. Baby, I don't know. I don't know. Sir, I don't know you. I don't know Selena Powell. You know, I think she's the OnlyFans skank. Selena Powell is, yeah, she's the OnlyFans skank. From what I understand, they say he's like one of those live streamer people. I don't know neither one of y'all. But what I do know is if you're telling me that was caused by you laying on the wrong side of your bed, throw the whole bed away. Matter of fact, burn the whole house down. It did look kind of fake. Now, I don't know if I don't know. But he had that all over his social media, and people are blaming Selena Powell. I ain't got nothing to do with it. These are y'all people. That's the dossier for today, y'all. I'm so hungry, but I don't want to go out. I don't want to eat what I got in my kitchen. I also don't want to go outside because it's raining cats and dogs. Like, it's coming down out there. Like, it is pouring raining. I don't want to go outside and get wet, even if it's just to go get in the car. I really don't want to order DoorDash to come in, but I'm going to end up having to order DoorDash. I know I am because I'm not going out there. So I'm going to order some DoorDash. I don't want to, but I guess I have to. Anyway, y'all pray my strength in the Lord. Now, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. On tomorrow's live, we should be be ready to make all of our announcements for the field trip. So make sure y'all are here tomorrow for tomorrow's live, okay? I need some, Cam. I damn sure need some. Ain't nobody coming out in this damn weather. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. We'll be back tomorrow. Cams, me and you got to get together because we're going to do Red, Blue, and Black next week, right? Not this week, not tonight, because we don't have time to do it tonight, but we'll do it start next week. So me and you got to get together on that. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I will see y'all next time.